Peace. Welcome to the Scrap and Roll MMA podcast. I'm your host, Sky. We got your host, Damien, CJ, and special guest, Warren G, back in the building.
Hey.
Let's go.
Sir.
Regulators, mount up.
Hey, y'all noticed like somebody's missing, Jace off, whatever he comes on here and wants to call himself. I don't know. I say he ducking the smoke because if y'all don't remember, last week he came on here, he made some bold predictions. He said he was going Johnny Walker, Kamaru Usman, and Volk. He said the dogs was barking. He said that y'all know he come on here talking about he's won 98% of the time and all of this about claims he be making. And your boy went 0 for 3. So I was ready to dog pile on him. But I think y'all went 0 for 3 too. But y'all, Damien and CJ, like, they're less problematic. Let's be honest.
Yeah, because I'm kind of like CJ where I go for people that I want to win.
Yeah.
And I think my mind makes an excuse up to why they're going to win. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be the moment where they, do such and such. Obviously, we saw what happened, but it's all good. Hey, some of those were good fights, though. Let's be real.
I am going to, for a quick second, I don't typically do this, but I am for a second going to pat myself on the back because I was the only one that took Khamzat. I was the only one that took Islam. And even though the Magomed Ilia fight versus Johnny Walker, I would have actually got that one wrong because I do think that the Walker fight should have been a DQ, not a no contest. It was a very clear illegal knee to the head. Warren, who did you have going into 294?
On the main card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all we worried about. The last 3, you ain't even got to do all that. Just
and the very first fight of the prelims, though, that one was hot.
Oh, you talking about the
Dagestani?
Dagestani Karen?
Yes,
himself?
Sir.
Sheriff Magomedov.
You know who we talking about?
The one Dagestani with no takedown defense.
Hey, but was nasty on the bottom. Was looking like blazing shades. Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, he was throwing kicks like crazy. I was like, hey, he was nonstop just kicking him as soon as he got into range and landing every time.
Yeah, I was like, Bruno, you do not want to be on the floor with him. Like, why you letting this man do this to you?
Hey, shout out to Bruno. That man tough as nails. Because old boy took some damage and still made it.
On the last 3 fights, I had Johnny Walker by first round KO, which if he had landed that flying knee, we might have been talking about that right now. He pulled Derek Lewis on Junior Dos Santos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I remember that.
Or when he did that to Volkov, the super tall one, Volkov.
Oh right, he did. I forgot about that.
Remember when? Because Volkov, I'm not sure if Volkov's the tall one, right?
Yeah, Volkov's tall.
Volkov was beating him. It was like 30 seconds or something left in the 3rd round. He acted like he was hurt. Bam, knocked that man out. It was crazy.
Boom.
Who'd you have for the? Who were you predicting for the co-main?
The Nigerian Nightmare, of course.
Yeah. And the main
Usman. And I was hoping he would get it done by like 3rd round KO because I knew Khamzat's cardio wasn't that good. So I thought if Usman could drag him into those deep waters and maybe he could get the finish. And honestly, it looked like it was gonna happen for a little bit.
Hey, yeah, let's talk about it. Hey, let's talk about it. And then he tried to come with, oh, my hand was broken after the first. Nah, bro, your cardio was gone, bro. And Kamaru started landing them signature jabs on him, and old boy was looking a little scared in there. I said, uh-oh.
He was tired after round 1.
Hey, Kamaru started turning it up, and it made me so upset because he didn't come out like that. He came out slow and kind of scary looking. You know what I mean? Ah, man. But, hey, Kamaru, he looked good to me in that fight. Win or lose, he looked good to me in the last 2 rounds.
I agree.
Yeah, he came out slow, pause, but I think it wasn't on purpose. He knew what Khamzat was going to do, right? He knew Khamzat's gas tank is not that good. So I seen it in Kamaru. I think he weathered the storm. He was like, I've been in these positions before. Let me just weather this storm. This fool's gas got a 03 Hummer. This motherfucker ain't going to continue to push and push and push. Right? So Kamaru was just like, let me not just get finished in this first round, and then we're going to scrap coming on to the next 2. So I think he was just being a vet. Don't get finished. And then when it comes to the next 2 rounds, I'm going to handle this fool. And like you said, Damien, I think he looked good as well, too, for all the circumstances that was going around this fight, coming in short notice, going up a division. losing his last two. Yeah, he's never been in a three. I mean, he's been in a 3-round fight before, but like it's been years.
Oh no, I mean the weight class.
Yeah, the weight class. But he looked good too, though. A big body. He looked. Pause. That's crazy. For the division, he looked all right, man. And
yeah,
I'm gonna give him his credit, bro. It's like Khamzat's not no pushover, bro. Bro's looking scary, but Khamzat needs a lot of work. Also, he's not the boogeyman of the division like he thinks he is,
or like everybody else thinks he is.
Why was they calling Khamzat Cardio King?
Who said that?
I don't know.
Yeah, who said that?
I think it was Anik. And I was like, what are y'all talking about? Like,
he did say something like that. I was like, what?
He was saying about both of them. Both of them are cardio kings. That's
that one must have slipped out because there's no.
We also got to think that Khamzat always finishes people damn near in the first round most of the time.
Exactly.
Right? And then he went into the battle with fucking Gilbert, and look how that nigga started looking.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know where the cardio king came from.
Welcome to the top 10, nigga. Like, nah, bro, it's built different up here for real. This ain't no Kevin Holland. Nigga, nah, it's not. You ain't fighting Kevin Holland. You fighting, the big boys, dog. Relax.
Do you remember from that Kevin Holland fight where DC on commentary after Kevin Holland got submitted said that'd be like him taking down Dana White?
I do not remember that, but I'm gonna have to clip that.
Remember that.
I'm gonna have to clip that because that's crazy. DC is wild sometimes on the mic. He's wild.
He don't care. That nigga DC don't be caring. He just be like, bro, saying anything.
I like DC as a commentator.
He must have a good contract. Like he knows that like he
ain't
got
getting canceled.
Facts. How did y'all score the fight?
I gave it a draw.
Khamzat Usman?
Yeah.
10-8 first round for Khamzat, and then Usman 10-9 for rounds 2 and 3.
I would agree with that. Yep. I would say it was a draw at the most. At the most, it should have been a draw. Because Khamzat did not look good after that first round. He didn't. Mm-hmm. It was all Usman.
That was the clearest example of wrestling cardio is different than striking cardio. Because he went 3 rounds of Gilbert at a high pace, but you get 1 round at a weight class that you've taken a year to build into, and you wrestled literally the entire round, and now you get up, you're already like...
Against a good wrestler, too, though. You know what I mean? Where he wasn't just letting you take him down. He was giving you a little bit of that pressure back. And then he kept feinting with the takedown to get you to...
That was smart.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I like that. I was loving that when he did that, because I was like, even though you know that you cannot wrestle Khamzat, you still make him think about it. So
but at least put that thought in your mind. Yep, 100%. So yeah, I would agree. I give it a draw at best.
What about you, CJ?
Yeah, I'm about right there too. When I was scoring it, like I'm not mad that Khamzat won. I can see how they can say, hey, maybe the second or maybe the third, or like it's one of those stealing rounds. But for me, I think first round 10-8, which was, he beat his ass the whole round. Second round was very close, but Kamaru was tapping him, jab, his striking was amazing, even with some good ass leg kicks as well. Third round as well, he had the striking advantage. Even when Khamzat took him down, that was towards the end of the round, right? Because I didn't go back and watch the fight.
Like maybe
what, about a minute left? Yeah, something like that.
And then Kamaru got up,
Yeah, because Kamaru was just being patient again. He was like, I'm not going to rush the stupid position. Let me stay patient. I'm going to just work, and get back up.
And then started banging.
Exactly.
And you know what? In that very moment, I said, damn, that's what we needed our boy Izzy to do. Like, hey, if you're going to go out,
be a dog.
Like, Kamaru was like, fuck it. You're going to have to take me out. And that's what I respected about Kamaru in that fight. I could see a draw, but I could also see 2-1 Kamaru. And the reason I say that is because, like, to call that round a 10-8, then you must go back to Peter Yan versus Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah, a lot of people
give that a 10-8. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you got to start looking at these fights, because if we're going strictly based off of, you have to go back to Islam versus Volk, round number 4, and give that a 10-8, because he was on his back for 4.5 minutes. Yeah. So where is this where are we getting the 10-8 from? Like, yeah, you let some strikes off, but you wasn't in there like, busting down elbows.
You wasn't killing him.
When Kamaru got up, he didn't look like, damn, bro, you just went through a fucking war. Now that Rafael Sadiq versus Edson Barbosa, like last week or a couple weeks
Rafael Sadiq?
I never heard that.
Tony. It never rains in Southern California.
There's too many rappers on the podcast right now. CK Ward, I mean, they got me messed up in there.
Yeah, but, and they got Damien, the nigga from Boys in the Hood that shot Ricky.
Yeah, for real, huh? With the red hat and everything.
What is going on? Ricky. But what's Sadiq's first name? I can't think. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Sadiq Yusuf.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. But go back to that first round. He almost got Edson out of there. How is that not?
They gave him a 10-8, right?
I think they did. I think all three.
Okay.
I mean, they had to. I'm gonna have to go back and look. But you see what I'm saying?
On that.
Yeah. So if you look at that, for me, it's just like when I think back to that round, sure, he was in a dominant position the whole time, but that's the duration, but the damage, which is what you need for the 10-8, wasn't there for me. I'm fine with them giving the 10-8, but then like we gotta like start making sure that we consistent about what the hell a 10-8 is.
But you know what it is? I'm gonna tell you why it was a 10-8. Because it was homeboy's backyard and it was different judges. That's where the disconnect comes from, because it has to be different judges, or it has to be like consistent across the board. But there's going to be different referees, there's going to be different judges every single type of fight. You know what I mean? Yeah. And homeboy was fighting in his backyard, so of course there's going to be a 10-8 against the dude that was coming up in weight who filled in last moment and yada yada yada, whatever excuse they want to make, and it's going to be solidified as this is what it is because we're the judges at the end of the day. So that's why I give it that.
But you know what? It wasn't no crazy judges. They had Derek Clearly, who judges all the time, David Lethaby, who judges all the time. I'm not familiar with Vito.
There's one, at least one.
Lilo. Yeah, I'm not familiar with him.
I guarantee you that's where the 10-8 came from. Let's be real.
No, they all gave them
10-8.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So one of I think it's the third round.
For,
go ahead,
Warren. Yusuf, Edson Barbosa, 2 judges gave that first round a 10-8. One gave it a 10-9.
Who gave it a 10-9?
Chris Lee.
Chris Lee. Oh! Listen, if you see Chris Lee or Sal D'Amato, and if they both judge in the card, it's a wrap. It's gonna be
some weird shit.
It's gonna be terrible. Both of them suck as judges, period. But Chris Lee and Sal D'Amato are trash. But once again, Chris Lee should have gave that a 10-8. How is that not a 10-8?
Bro's almost dead. Yeah.
Like,
I want to know.
That's a 10-8.
I'm not a betting man, but are you able to see the people that are judging the fights before you place your bets, or no?
They announce it. You'd have to do like a live bet because they.
But I mean, like,
fight,
but it's not like prior. Like you can't bet 2 weeks in advance on a fight, seeing who the judges are set up and everything. No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, you're not able to see it. So
I feel like that's kind of.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like that's kind of like with fighters, like they don't want to put. Well, no, it's different because the judges could change last minute. But that would be definitely a good betting tool.
Yeah, for real.
So the judges win.
I would look at that. Oh, so go ahead. What were you gonna say, Scott?
I don't know.
All right. Well, what's the next fight? Oh, let's talk about that.
Hold on. Before we go, what do you guys want to see next for like Kamaru though?
Kamaru, I'm cool with seeing him at middleweight. He didn't look bad to me, so I'm with it. You know, he was looking a little smaller than I expected. He looked like a welterweight still to me, honestly.
Just in the height wise, but like his frame was still big body. Pause.
It was a little. He was a little thicker. Pause. But it wasn't like we couldn't see his abs. It wasn't like John Jones going to heavyweight and shit. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't mind him, especially because he came in on short notice. You know what I mean? It's not like he was planning on fighting up at middleweight. I think he still looked good. I think he can hold his own. I wouldn't mind seeing him. I think somebody had mentioned him versus DDP. You know, especially because DDP had got on there talking about, you know, he wanted to be the first real African champion, all that shit. And Kamaru was the first African champion that responded to him. And we're going to talk about African champions in Africa a little bit later in the pod. But,
that's a good point.
I wouldn't mind him at middleweight.
What if he stepped up? I don't remember when this fight's supposed to happen, but Jared Cannonier's out for that ACL injury.
Yeah,
stepping against
it got
Roman
canceled
Dolidze.
because Roman is not accepting a replacement.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's out yet, but yeah.
These niggas, man. Bro,
what about Kamaru
versus
versus Rob?
Anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Sign me up. Sign me up. Kamaru versus Rob? Sign me up.
Because Rob's a small 85er. Yeah.
I don't want to see
that.
Rob's.
Why?
Why? I like Rob Whittaker, man. I don't want to see him. Nah, because if he loses that fight, all his credibility is just gone. I don't want to see
Let it go. Let it go.
Do you think that he would lose, though? You think Kamaru would get done, or you think Rob would?
I feel like it would be a good match, and I don't want to see him lose. I don't want to see him lose. That's the thing, Oh, that would suck.
Yeah, it sucks when you like fighters so much and then they go up against each other. That's kind of really how I felt because I actually like Khamzat. Like I've been on.
Me too.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna say it again, but I did say it in the last pod. Like I've been riding with Khamzat for a while now, and I always knew he was gonna have to fight Usman. So this was a hard fight for me to choose, but like I figured Khamzat would win, but I wanted Kamaru to win. But after watching the fight, I really am like, how do y'all feel Khamzat fares against Sean Strickland?
I think it'll be harder for him.
I think
go ahead. Who was about to say?
Go ahead, Warren. I think we all started talking at the same time.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Warren. You the guest. You the guest, Warren. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead.
Okay. I think it might be a similar scenario if Khamzat doesn't submit Strickland in the first round. I think that if he tries to go through and tries to out-wrestle him for the whole first round and fails, like he did against Kamaru, he's going to gas out, and I think it's going to look similar to Izzy fight in the sense of him just getting picked apart and maybe finished by the time that the fight is over.
I feel you. You know what I think is my weakness on this is I think we haven't seen him matched up against a good wrestler. And that
Strickland,
Sean Strickland, he keeps his hands low, and they say, "Oh, that's why he's able to defend against the wrestling so well." No, nigga, he hasn't fought against good wrestlers. Like, relax. Izzy ain't a wrestler. Whoever the fuck else ain't a real wrestler like Khamzat is. You know what I mean?
So Damien in the building.
Nah, like real shit though. Like he's not that guy, and people putting him up on a pedestal because of literally like one fight, bro. Honestly, it's because of the latest fight that happened. If you look at the fight prior to that, who was he fighting? An up and comer. He wasn't like no big name, he's that nigga type shit. You know what I mean? And he got lucky to even be put in there with Israel Adesanya, and he happened to come out, heads on the coin flip. That's what it is, and that's what I'm gonna stick by. And until he proves me otherwise, bro, Sean Strickland's defense, his little staying calm in the fucking Philly shell while he's doing MMA, bro, that shit don't impress me. That shit don't impress me, bro. You're gonna have to beat somebody's ass, like for real.
Hey, Damien came in here on his GSP. That don't impress me.
Bro, you're gonna have to beat a GSP. You're gonna have to beat a Khamzat or somebody like that to like really impress me that you really that guy, because this is mixed martial arts and he didn't really show me that yet. You know what I mean? He did his shit against Izzy, and I'm gonna give that to him. But I haven't seen incredible wrestling defense. I haven't seen him on his back. I haven't seen him do this and that. You know what I mean? There's so many what ifs. So until he does that, like Izzy has solidified, I'm not sold. So what was the question? You already know the answer. You already know the answer.
we got it. What's up, CJ? What you got?
I think it goes two ways. And it's easy to say that shit, right? It's easy to be like, play both sides of the coin, like Damien said. But I think, okay, I'm going to give you two scenarios. I think if Khamzat pushed the pressure on like he did with Kamaru, I think he finishes him, right? But if Strickland can be able to withstand that pressure first round, second round, I think Strickland can be able to get him out just because the style of striking that he does have and the pressure that he does have and the cardio that he does have. it's just different. And Khamzat, man, I'm saying, like you say, he got that 0300, man.
Yeah,
he got that
it's the
0300 right
cardio.
now. Yeah, that cardio is a motherfucking. We seen it, and it goes away fast. So he just has to be able to withstand those first 2 rounds and be able to outbox him. We seen it, bro. The jab was popping his ass up against Kamaru. And I'm not saying that fucking Strickland is the best striker, but that's what he does well. Front kicks up the middle, the jab, the 1-2s. So
Yeah.
I will either say Khamzat finish him in the first round, or maybe a decision to a TKO for Strickland in the late rounds.
I just want to see Strickland in like the clinch. How does he do in the clinch? You know what I mean? Like there's so many things that we haven't really seen from him. You know what I mean?
Him on his back.
What?
Exactly. Yeah,
I heard
no,
coming on his back. What did you say?
You heard it.
He comes on his back.
Him on his back.
Oh, hey,
chill.
Pause too. Hey. One thing that I did want to point out is that I remember after Eric Nixick was talking on Era Hawani's show after the win, and he was talking about how people who fight Strickland for the first time, they have a problem figuring him out because he's so different. He's like, but even people who come in and like spar with him have like, you know, it takes them a while, like their first time sparring, they start getting pieced up, and then slowly but sure they learn about Sean Strickland. So I heard that, I'm like, okay, that makes sense because they've been in there. But now we know that Sean Strickland and Khamzat have sparred when Khamzat was in Vegas for a minute. So they've sparred quite a few times. So Khamzat has had the moments of being in there with Strickland. So having an actual fight, we know sparring and fighting is completely different.
I was just about to say that.
But you've been in there with that person. You got a more familiar rather than just watching tape on them. So for me, I think because of that, like Khamzat might come inside there a little bit more confident. And I could see Khamzat getting it done. I will be going for Khamzat. I can't stand Sean Strickland.
Yeah, I feel you too. Yeah.
Just as a person, no, it's a no for me, dog.
But that energy dump in fights is big difference. Yeah. You know, that energy dump is crazy. And it depends on where they're going to be fighting at. All that shit, it factors in.
You know what's crazy to me? The amount of Sean Strickland fans that then came out the woodwork since the nigga became the champion. The woodwork, bro. Everybody's been talking about Sean Strickland. Any post that I see where Sean Strickland has fought an opponent, I see Sean Strickland fans on there, you know, keyboard warring it up.
And you know
they
why?
nice at it too.
You know what?
Like,
those are just converted Izzy haters. They hate Izzy, so they converted over to being Sean Strickland riders. You know what I mean? So let them ride until they raw. The moment that the boy gets slapped,
ride until they raw.
That's never a good feeling.
A lot of confidence too.
Hey, that's them, not me. But you know, let them do what they got to do, and it'll all end up working out. Now, let's go ahead and get into the main event. Alexander Volkanovski gets flatlined by Islam Makhachev. And I have a rant for it, so I'm going to let y'all go off about how y'all felt about this in general.
He came in fat. What do you think was going to happen? Look, if you look at the pictures of him from March compared to now.
You're talking about Volkanovski, right?
Yes, Volkanovski. That man was not ready. He was not. I think he was at like close to 200 when he got the call.
He was 180.
180, he said, yeah.
Yeah, no, he did not look in shape. And he was coming off an injury. He probably.
No. We ain't about to start making these excuses. We're definitely not about to start making excuses.
Listen,
you giving me a whole. Because if your boy Volk would have got it done, y'all have been like, oh my God, he's the greatest. Y'all would have put him on the GOAT list. Y'all would have went crazy. So I want to hear about him being 180 pounds when he fights at 145. I don't want to hear about him and his arm. He knew all of that. He had been saying leading up to it that he was going to be at Abu Dhabi. You know what I mean? And he didn't have to take the fight.
So you didn't have to
respect that man. That's why we respect that man.
Because when you win, you get all the riches. But when you lose, all of a sudden it's like, I wish I would have game plan. You were just in there with that man.
Look, I would have been saying he defied the odds. Not that he's a great, he did all, yeah. He defied the odds. There were so many things stacked up against him winning, and he still went out there and did it. And that's different than being like, oh, no, see, I knew Volk was going to do it. He's this, and this. That's different.
But you said he was fat, like it was like in the 4th round and he ran out of cardio. It was in the 1st round. It was in the 1st round. What does being fat have to do with him getting a head kick? The same head kick that Max Holloway dropped him with, and the same head kick that he got caught with in the first fight with Islam. This was about technique, not about, oh, I'm fat, I'm coming off the couch.
Yeah.
His arm could have got up there and did it.
Demetrius Johnson was talking about that head kick too. Damn. Pinpointed it.
Now, what about
in Islam's corner? Go for the head kick.
All right, I'll stick with this then. That the head kick has been something that has been a weakness for Volkanovski for a long time. Mm-hmm. Max caught him with it. Yeah, I think Islam hit him with it in the last fight too.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
He did.
So it's not the weakness was exploited, but this time, it was okay. I guess we can say it was the technique. It just hit it on the sweet spot this time. But cutting all that weight in that long period of time, it might affect his ability to take a shots.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna say I'm a Volkanovski fan. He made me a fan of himself, so I was really rooting for him. And then to see that kick beautifully executed, kind of made me a Islam fan. You know what I mean? Where it was like, oh shit, my man like actually did his research. After the first fight, looked at the tape and saw what his weakness was and exploited it in the first round. It wasn't even like halfway through the round, was it?
It was like 2 minutes into it.
Yeah, so it was about 3 minutes into the. Yeah, 2
minutes. Yeah. So, shout out to Islam. And then I see people. Oh, look at Islam hitting him in the back of the head.
Come on,
that's what really knocked him out. I said, bruh, chill out. This man would. No, I mean it was though. Like I'm gonna be real.
But it looks crazy when you slow it down.
But it doesn't matter.
In real time,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't matter. That man was cooked from the get-go. That man was done. Beep, the little thing on the timer. You over here playing video game. Oh shit, that's it. That's Volkanovski. He done. You know what I mean? Either way, back of the head or not, that man was cooked. He was done. He was done.
What'd you say? You put something in the microwave and you boop timer.
So shout out to Islam, man, because he really did this shit. He surprised. I want to say a lot of us. I don't want to speak for myself. I want to say a lot of us because his striking was on point. He tried to wrestle one time and then Volkanovski tried to get verbal with him, talking about
Yeah, he was feeling himself.
And I was like, okay, let's see what you got. And then that shit happened. And it's like I'm still heartbroken to this day because I really wanted Volkanovski to win, but it's shit like that makes you gain respect, and you can't do nothing else but respect that shit.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say it, I agree.
Oh, it's all right.
So with the fight, like, it was one of those kind of like it is what it is type of shit. Like I wasn't excited for the fight anyway. I'd rather have seen Charles fight because like I'm not a Volk fan. I like Volk. I don't give whatever, but he always finding motherfuckers I like more than him. Right? I don't fuck with Islam. So I'm like, yeah, Volk, come beat this nigga. Whatever. I like greatness. But it's like he's stepping in like with Kamaru. It's like it's not the ideal thing to go do, to go step into a championship fight with the travel, cutting away, doing all this shit. It's like, nigga, you went, got clipped, and you lost. Ain't no excuses, bro. It's like he was doing well within the clinch, but he got popped. Damn. It happens. You got popped, bro. Headshot dead. It's the year of the headshot, baby. But what I was gonna say. Later on in the pod, if we have time to talk about it, there's a lot of narratives going on right now about, and I've been feeling this way for a long, long time about Khabib and Islam, right? About their fighting and who's better, who's this. Now people are coming around to see that Islam is a better fighter, right? Mm-hmm. He might not have the accolades of Khabib does, but if you look at his skills, and we can talk about Madden ratings or whatever like that, 1 out of 100 type of shit. Mm-hmm. But to me, I'm feeling Islam a little bit more pause, big pause, triple pause. But shout out to Islam. Yeah, you ain't finna catch me slipping. Shout out to Islam. He went and got the job done. As he should. You're supposed to do that shit. Plain and simple. Good job, Islam.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. And the next video I make, I know I've been slacking on making videos, but the next video I make will be Alexander Volkanovski talking about how he was going to crack Max's chin and Max gets hit a lot and that he was going to wait and see how, like he said, and I quote, his chin can't hold up forever. Robert Whittaker, a couple months back, I came on here and I talked about it at the little weigh-in show. Robert Whittaker came on here talking about when they were asking about like who the best strikers were, and he said he didn't put Max on his list because Max gets hit too much, and if Max had 5% less chin, then he wouldn't be who he is. Robert Whittaker, Alexander Volkanovski, worry about your own fucking chins. Worry about your chins, because when your chin gets checked, you're sleep on the fucking canvas. Shout out to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Shout out to DDP. Shout out to Islam Makhachev. Y'all worry about your own fucking chins. Stop wishing harm on another fucking man. Just because y'all chins can't check, that's not his problem. Keep his fucking name out your mouth. Hey, keep Max Holloway's name out your fucking mouth. Cue Will Smith. Cue Will Smith. Because y'all have pissed me off with this whole narrative about somebody getting touched too much and all this and that. And yet y'all the same motherfuckers that get touched and sleeping on the fucking canvas. Worry about yourself. Stop sitting up hoping and wishing and praying that Max Holloway's chin cracks. First of all, we know that when a person gets knocked out, that's not good for the brain at all. But people want to be like, oh, but he's such a classy guy and he's such a good champion. No, he's not. He's sitting up there hoping that this man's chin get cracked because your chin ain't shit. That's all I gotta say about that.
What we talking about?
We talking about the fact that Volkanovski has been sitting up here talking about Max, and Robert Whittaker been sitting up here talking about Max, talking about he gets hit too much, talking about Max's chin. Yet when y'all chin get checked, y'all sleep on the canvas.
How dare Robert Whittaker for that? First of all,
right? Like the Stephen Thompson
Robert
fight
Whittaker.
didn't happen.
I rock with that fool, but how dare you start talking about
Stephen
other
Thompson
smaller fighters and shit? Relax.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Y'all know moments find a way.
After you've been catching Z's.
Exactly.
Relax.
Exactly. Y'all got chin envy.
So, Sky, were you smiling when
Volkanovski
got knocked out?
Absolutely.
Oh, she definitely was. She definitely fucking was.
And listen, I was going stupid. Now, I wanted Volk to win. I knew Islam would win, but I wanted Volk to win because I need him out of 145, right? So I was absolutely excited about it. I was happy to see it. Now, what I don't want, because I do want Ilia Topuria to get knocked the fuck out, because I'm sick of Ilia talking crazy. I don't want Volk to fight in January. Because him over here talking about his depression and all his mental health stuff, like fighting more and having another fight camp does not help with depression. And then I seen a video today where he was talking about, oh, he has a sports psychologist. So your sports psychologist, and an actual therapist are completely different, my guy. And if your sports psychologist was working, then you wouldn't be in here pleading and praying to get another fight because you having mental issues. Go take care of yourself, your mind, and your body. A real therapist would
have been like, take a vacation, bro.
Yeah, go take care of yourself. Don't get knocked out and then come back and fight Ilia.
Get knocked out again.
I do not want Volk to lose to Ilia. And y'all know I can't stand Volk. But like, I don't want Volk to lose to Ilia. That looks crazy.
Me either.
Yeah, he need to take that time off. Because January is what we in right now. Basically, November, December, January. That's 3 months, if that. You know what I'm saying? With getting a head kick. No, you gotta chill.
That's a training camp. That's straight from going knocked out to training camp.
Yeah, you gotta chill.
And it made me kind of mad though that Dana was for that.
Yeah, he was.
You saw his
gaslighting
press conference. Whoa, I can't even talk. Yeah, he was like
press conference. You got me fucking up, nigga.
He was like, yeah, let's see what the doctor says, and the doctor is clear with them. Yeah, let's do it in January. I was like, you see, he got knocked out cold, and you want him to come back, or you're open him come back in 3 months, a champion, the number 3 guy on the pound for pound list. You want him to come back in 3 months after getting KO'd. I've seen him say about certain fighters, but you would think that'd be somebody that he'd want to make sure that he's good and take some time away. Like I feel like he said that about
especially him. Yeah,
exactly.
These are the same doctors that are over here in Johnny Walker's corner. Oh yeah, he done. That man.
Okay, I have a rant.
He can't fight no
are we
more.
gonna
He
get to
can't
that?
fight
Because
no
I
more.
have a rant about that one.
Let's hop into that fucking.
Hold on, wait.
Go
Before
ahead.
we go there,
Let
so
me get my water.
with Islam, right? With Islam getting this win, who do you want to see Islam fight next? And I might have an answer. Okay, Sky.
I want to see.
What you got, Warren G?
Justin
Okay.
Gaethje.
What you say, Damien?
You on light skin behavior up there?
What this nigga say?
Oh no.
All you gotta do is bite your lip, and we got the full package. There you go.
Oh, no, he wildin'.
I'm trying to talk right now. I want to see if Islam's gonna go up in weight. I want to see him go up in weight. He already showed what he could do at lightweight. Let me see what he got.
No, he hasn't.
Oh yeah, he has.
Bro's beating the 45er.
He really is.
Wait. What about old boy that was supposed to fight him?
Yeah, Charles.
Yeah.
He beat him.
So he can still fight Justin. Charles needs to get his run back. Like, there's still niggas he can still fight.
We seen that. Justin Khabib, we seen that.
No.
It's gonna be the same shit. Except
it
Justin,
might be a little bit different.
Except Justin gonna get pieced up a little bit more.
Hey, because if Islam want to swing and bang, it might be a different little story.
Yeah,
it might be.
Might be.
So this is what I want. I want Justin because I want Charles to be able to go back and fight. Because we haven't seen that before. We haven't seen Islam fight.
I would like to see that. But honestly, at the way that it's looking for me when I'm rubbing CJ's not CJ.
No, hey, yo, chill. You ain't rubbing shit over here. Yo, bro.
No. I'm rubbing the magic 8 ball.
No,
yo.
I'm rubbing the magic 8 ball of your brother Sky, who ain't here right now.
What balls are you rubbing?
No, Jace. When I'm rubbing Jace's
yo, don't rub nothing of Jace's. Nothing. You tripping.
Ball head, because this man think he
Sky, what time is we at? 40 minutes. That's a clip. That's a fucking clip. Yeah. Clip that shit.
I don't clip anything else. It's gotta be that. Hey, you don't know. Hey, Damien, what you over there sipping on?
When I'm rubbing Jason's ball head,
who
thinks he knows the future.
That's crazy.
I see Justin Gaethje versus Khabib all over again. I see it.
You should just say crystal ball.
Worse. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah. Thanks.
After all that, you just say
I was struggling. Well, because they was throwing me off course. They over here saying pause and do this.
No, you threw yourself off of course.
Nah, chill. I'm a married man. Relax.
Oh, man.
Oh, god damn.
God, man. Okay, that was a good one. Yeah, I think most people do want to see Justin Gaethje, just because it is something new. It's no knock on Charles, like, but it's just like it's something about. I don't think that Charles needs to fight again. That's not what I'm saying.
No, exactly. We're on the same path.
But I do want to see Justin get it, and from what we know, from what we've heard from Justin, if Justin loses again, he's gonna retire. So we don't have to worry about having Justin back in the mix, trying to fight the next champ. Like he said, he only got a couple more fights left in him. This is his final run. Like if he loses this fight, he's gonna retire. If he wins, he might defend it like a couple times and go on about his business. So he's not gonna still try to be the Dustin Poirier of the division.
That's what I do.
Because him and Dustin been like recycling, getting inside there and getting those titles.
They got one more fight.
You say they got one more? Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see real quick before we get off lightweight and go on to the doctors and the rest of the events that took place this weekend. If Volkanovski does not come back in January, I'm gonna tell you right now, don't y'all get on here talking reckless when they book Max versus Ilia Topuria for that interim title.
Please.
I don't want to hear y'all. I don't want to hear y'all on here talking about we don't want to see Volk times Max 4. You want to know why? Because y'all love to forget history. Y'all, and that's the fucking problem. Y'all forget the first two fights. Y'all don't think about the last fight. Y'all just seen Volk get slapped. And y'all still in denial about that. Right? Y'all still living in la la land about that. When a man sits inside of a division and is still taking out top contenders, y'all said Arnold Allen was going to come inside here and knock Max's head off. Okay? when he's still beating contenders rather than sitting around like the rest of these champions, Dustin and Justin, both of them was sitting on their spots, not trying to take all these fights, not trying to fight anybody, looking at how they were ranked and saying, I can't get up in the morning for that. He just fought number 6 or number 7 Zombie. When you still sitting there taking out top contenders, and if he gets past Ilia Topuria, y'all can eat y'all mama's whole cornhole, okay? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Because if he can earn it, he can fight for it. And ain't no debate.
But here's the thing, though. Look, I know it's going to be a losing argument, but I got to bring it up now. How do you sell that fight, though?
Just like they sold Izzy versus Sean Strickland and nobody cared. And yes, Strickland went inside there and got it done. Just
That's
like any
different,
fight.
Though.
It's not different. Any fight that MMA fans all of a sudden y'all care about selling fights now. Y'all motherfuckers don't never care about it. Y'all be talking about, oh, well, we want this person and that person. And Dana says, well, that fight doesn't sell. Y'all like, it doesn't matter. That's what we want, right? That's what y'all want to see. We want Bilal to get a title shot, but Bilal doesn't sell, right? So how are we going to sell Bilal versus this person and that person? Now all of a sudden y'all are marketing people. Stop.
I'm gonna tell you this shit right now. There ain't no fights this Saturday. Watch how many motherfuckers get to bitching and crying because there ain't no fights this Saturday. Motherfuckers want to be MMA fans when they ain't really MMA fans. Like, shut the fuck up and watch everything. Like, niggas cry. Once the fight gets booked, guess what? I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. Guess who's gonna be sitting there watching it? Everybody. Like, come on. Like, fuck. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm a real nigga that watch everything, and everybody gonna be like, "Oh, they shouldn't book that shit." And guess what? Everybody, little fat ass, is gonna be sitting on the couch watching with the rest of us. Like, come on, man.
Of course, I'm gonna be there and watch all of them. I'm just saying, like three fights in a row, though. It's just
so okay. So they book it.
I'm in my brain of somebody getting a fourth title shot. Oh, okay, not in a row, but just like 4 times without winning. Time,
yeah. What's the point?
So what happened when Izzy fought this nigga Pajeda 3 times? I know it's not it's kickboxing and all that, but that's the storyline, right? Oh, he lose. He ain't never gonna win. He ain't never gonna beat him. He ain't never could do this. Oh, he lost 3 times. 4-0, 4-0. Hey, just because it happened 3 times, guess what? There's always a motherfucking chance in this sport.
And guess what?
Always a chance.
Max could still go in there and lose that fight. And guess what? It doesn't matter because he earned it. He didn't sit there and complain. Yeah, he didn't sit there. He went inside there and did what he had to do. The problem is that none of these other motherfuckers is better than him. And y'all
that's the thing. That's the thing.
They're not.
Zombie could have beat him. Yeah, he's owed all of this, and this. When you're in a fight and you get tapped up and you get your chin touched, what happens? Arnold Allen. That nigga was supposed to be a young gun coming in here smoking.
Yeah. A 10-fight win finish him. Hadn't lost in years.
So if Max does get booked for that Ilia thing, you know, whatever happens with Volk, whatever, and Max does step up and beats him. I mean, like, damn, bro. Yeah. Like, come on, man. What else the nigga gonna do?
There's no other choice. There's no other choice.
And that's what I'm talking about. If a man sits there and earns it, that's what he earned. He didn't sit around and cry. Even when they asked him, what's next? He said, whoever. If they hit him with number 14 right now, he's gonna fight him because he's not the average person that's just gonna sit around and cry and complain about what's happening and what's not happening. But we can go ahead and hop off of that until we find out what's going on with Volkanovski. The judge, I mean not the judge, but the despicable doctor.
Dr. Evil.
He can never show up at another event. Ever.
Nah, hell no.
So where you want to start, with Johnny Walker or with the nut shot?
No, we got to start with the nutcracker.
We got to try. There was multiple, wasn't there?
No. Shout out to Victor Henry, who had one of the worst. That's the guy that was crying on the floor.
Oh yeah, who was crawling out the octagon?
Yeah, and the doctor came in and told him, "Hey, you're fine. You didn't get hit in that." How you gonna tell this man?
How you gonna? Nah, bro.
You didn't get hit. You fine. That was to the leg.
How dare you?
Where do your observations at, doctor?
Yeah.
Man to man, how dare you, dog? For real.
As soon as that kick landed and he was crying, I knew the fight was over.
Oh, facts.
Really?
I mean, you could know, like, you gotta know that there's a cup there, which is a strong, worthy asset holder, I want to say. Right? So any shift in that, bro, if that shit hits you the wrong way, nuts are sensitive. They
Nuts
sensitive.
is
I'm
big
gonna be
sensitive.
honest.
Pause.
It's fucking sensitive. It doesn't matter, bro. You could flick them shits and it hurts.
Facts.
That's true.
Imagine a fucking professional MMA fighter, fucking full force, trying to hurt you.
Yeah, kicking you
Grazes that
dead in
shit.
your
I don't
shit.
even care
Yeah.
if they graze that shit, bro. That was with bad intentions behind it. You can't say shit. You can't. That's like saying, "Oh, he barely touched your eyeball, nigga." You know how sensitive my eyeball is. I get my own eyelash in that shit, and I'm over here fucking with it all day. Like
that happened to me earlier in this episode. Do you see me? I was itching my eye out to the side.
Leon Edwards poked you. Pause.
Let
me ask y'all three men on here. As a woman who does not fornicate with men, right? That's important to point out.
Right. Mike Tyson.
I'll make it until you love me, white boy. And Mike Tyson is wild, but no, this is a serious question. So, because I was actually talking to somebody about this like a couple months back, and so men, y'all like Damien just said, he said the balls are sensitive, right? And you can just glance them and it can hurt. So if y'all are having intercourse, right? We get a little smack action. We ain't gotta go crazy with it. Has that ever hurt you? Like, have you ever been like, oh, this kind of hurt? Like, I gotta slow the rhythm down so it don't hurt when you in action.
No, it depends on if it get like
switches it off.
Yeah.
If it because you can smash your balls.
No,
you can smash your balls. Yeah, you definitely can smash your balls, but you gotta work it right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it ain't never happened to me, but you gotta move it right.
Where you be like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta hide it. You gotta hide it. It's like
it's different.
You just gotta weave it into the sounds that are already happening, and it sounds a little off, but you keep going.
Yeah, it kind of outweighs it, but it happens. Now, like me, like you go sit on the toilet and you accidentally sit on your nuts.
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
Nah, you feeling that? It move and it pop out. And he was like, "Oh, dang, I just sat on my nuts. That's crazy."
Graphic Damien in the building.
Yeah, he's wilding.
Hey, it happens. I'm the voice of all men. It happens.
We appreciate your honesty.
Like during sex and stuff, where they're like slapping.
Hey, yo,
it don't feel the same. It's a different feeling.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's weird. It's the mental of it. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's what Warren was saying. Okay, good to know. Let's talk about Johnny Walker.
All right, I'm gonna need to go.
Go ahead. Go off, Warren.
Listen here, stupid doctor. His first language is Portuguese. Why are you trying to talk to him in English? Go get a translator and then ask him the questions. Also, give him a second. He just got kneed in the head, and you ask him, "What country are you in?" And his like second or third language. This man's not going to answer the question right away. And he did answer the question right. He just didn't say the country. He said in the desert. That's close enough where you can give him a second. Dummy.
Nigga, Abu Dhabi. I'm looking left and right. All I see is sand and sun.
He didn't say, at home or nothing like that. And once again, if we go back to Edson Barbosa at the end after he came back and won that fight, he said he was flashed and didn't know where he was. He thought that he was at home playing video games with his kids, and then he realized he was in the octagon. So this stuff happens. The man just got blasted to the head with a knee illegally. He has 5 minutes. Why couldn't he get 5 minutes? Why couldn't he get 3 minutes to clear his head?
That's fucking illegal.
That's fucking illegal. Shout out to Dana White. You know what I mean? Like, why would you come inside there and ask him that? It was only a minute on the clock, and then you like, oh no, it's off. What?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I feel like you should give fighters the benefit of the doubt, if anything, right? Then it'd be like, oh, he probably shouldn't have let him continue, but he did. I feel like 9 times out of 10, though, you do the opposite. People are more going to talk about, oh, he didn't let him finish the fight. He didn't let him do this, this, and this, versus, oh, that was a dangerous situation that doctor put him in, and he shouldn't have continued to fight. Oh, boy, was still ready to fight. Although, I do want to talk about though, Johnny Walker was kind of acting like he wasn't there. Let's be real, though. He did get kneed in the head illegally. but he was acting like he wasn't there because they done waved it off. This is not English, Spanish, Portuguese. I don't give a fuck. This is universal
Fight's
language
over.
of the fight is over. He sees that and he's like, all right, let's go. It's like,
Nah,
nah,
he
bro,
probably was
the
like,
fight
nah,
is
bring the
over.
hey, yo, come on,
The
bring the
fight,
round back. That's what he
the
thought it
fight is
was.
over. Nah, bro, the fight is over, and he's over there. It took him like 5 seconds since they waved it off to like be like walk into the middle of the ring like he's about to fight old boy. This is so it was kind of weird. Like it really was like kind of I don't know. Maybe the doc was right. We don't really know. Maybe it was a good call because Johnny Walker was acting kind of funny.
But they
He
still didn't give him
was.
his 5 minutes. I still got 5 minutes to
Yeah, they
recover.
didn't. They didn't. They should have. At the bare minimum, I feel like that should be like universal where they get the 5 minutes and then we'll ask them. So I agree with that.
And then at that, that's a DQ.
Yeah.
Yep.
At the
That's
very
a DQ.
least.
That's not a no contest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when do you think that fight should be rebooked? Because I've seen some people say it should be the main event of the UFC China card. Now that it lost its main event,
It should be the next card.
Who was the main event for that card?
Song Yadong versus Pyotr.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Oh shit!
I feel like November 4th is too soon because that's inside Brazil.
Yeah, that's a couple weeks.
I mean, I would have been good though.
But the reason, I mean, like they 205ers, you know what I mean? So they cutting from like 200, 220, 230 sometimes. I don't know what their shape would be like. What you mean that's on them?
Yeah, stay consistent. Keep dieting. Nah, cause I know how it is, bro. When you couldn't diet and shit, and you don't have to diet anymore, like you got nothing set up for the future, you start binging. You like, oh, I can't wait to eat this pizza. I can't wait to eat all this chicken. I can't wait to. I mean, at least me. That's how I am. I can only imagine how it is with a professional fighter who's cutting weight. Like that's like a delicacy. You know what I mean? To eat how everyday people be eating because they don't get that opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but they could do it. Just stay on your shit.
If I don't know if they want to go out to China, but I mean, if they do, then I mean that's cool. I don't want them as the main event though. I don't want to see Ankalaev as the main event. I don't.
No.
But I'll be here to see that. That'd be dope. It'll make the card better.
Who's the co-main of that event? I want to
know.
They don't even have it up yet.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. That's what I'm saying. Like it'll definitely make the card better. Pull up over there, run it right back.
Yeah, wow, they don't even have it up. They got a fight night scheduled for March 2nd.
Oh, wow. I was watching that that little clip of Paul
my
Bailey
bad. Real quick, my bad.
What's his name?
My bad, Damien. They got Davison Figueiredo versus Rob Font as the co-main.
Oh, that's
thus
a good
far.
One.
Hold on,
that's
let
a
me
good one.
Share this tab and then
Damn,
they're not giving Rob.
But they got so we know that Jarrett and Roman are off, but they got Davis. They got Figgy versus Rob Font.
Who's that? Who's that? Who's that nigga? Figgy? Who was that in the photo?
That's
Who are those? Oh,
Roman.
I was like, huh? Fine, that's
I was confused because I was reading the names underneath the photo. I was like,
okay, yeah. Sean Brady versus Kelvin Gastelum. We'll see if Sean Brady can make it there.
We got to see if Kelvin Gastelum make it there.
Both of them.
Them motherfuckers stay pulling out of fights.
Hey, that man.
That staph infection Kelvin Gastelum had. Oh,
I'm gonna have tonsil stones this coming week. He be pretending it.
But yeah, you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Roundtree. Oh, that's actually
I can't wait.
Card. Yeah. That's actually
who's Roundtree fighting?
Azamat Mirzakhanov.
Yeah, man. Don't even tell me.
I hope he wins that fight. Roundtree.
I think. Yeah. Overall, how did y'all feel about the card?
Cool.
I watched some of the prelims. Some of the prelims, the fights went a little long, but they were all right. I was focused on the main card. Like I was there attentively, you know what I mean? So it was okay. It was okay. My people lost, but I'll give it an 8. It could have been more stacked. It could have been more stacked with like big names and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just lost a lot of big names on there. So
yeah,
I did want to say, shout out to 21 Savage. He got the win.
Yeah, he did.
And we
he
was
did.
we was nervous about 21.
Man, got his hair pulled.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Hey, for some reason, I did not know he was a grappler. I thought he was going to be a striker 100%.
Thought he was going to come in there like,
yeah. I thought he was going to be striking for some reason, but like he really did his shit to win. So, yeah, respect for that. For real.
Real quick. Let's talk about this weekend. There will not be a UFC card, but your boy Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou, the UFC's red stepchild, is fighting this weekend. How are y'all feeling about it? Do y'all feel like Francis Ngannou has a chance?
He has a chance. This is the fight game.
Is he gonna win?
Yeah.
Is he gonna win?
He has a chance to.
Are you gonna pay?
You already know the answer to that. I'm upstream with it. The Nile River.
I'm up to try. What time does that start? Because I know they're
right
in Saudi Arabia, right?
So
it's gonna be early again.
I'm pulling up the card.
I got a link.
Hey.
I'm gonna link.
Hey, Damien is wild on here tonight. It's saying Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern, so 11 a.m. Pacific time.
11 a.m. The main shit?
That's when it starts. That's when the main card starts.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's nuts. That's dumb early.
What? I don't even know who else is on this card. I can't believe
nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
What about y'all, Warren, CJ? Y'all feel like Francis could come inside here and shock the world?
Yeah. You always know my stance. Yeah. Is the percentage high? Probably not. Yeah. He probably got a 11% chance of winning.
Oh, 11. Wow.
Yeah, 11% chance.
Hey, this nigga got the nuclear option. Don't forget.
He do, but it's like, is he gonna touch fucking Fury with
he has to land that shit.
That boxing footwork is different than MMA footwork. That jab and that head movement is different than that fucking MMA. 100%. And we gotta also understand that. Hey, yo, that's crazy. That head work crazy. Hey, yo, but and Francis, his boxing, like, he has hella power, but his striking is kind of sloppy as fuck.
It is.
He throw them haymakers like a motherfucker. So that's that 11% chance. Away. Yeah. So I don't think he has a high chance.
Also, though, let me just say this: it be the untechnical motherfuckers
that will shock you
out of your fucking mind, right?
Yeah.
You'd be like, I ain't never seen this shit before. I'm a boxer. Don't nobody throw like this. You know what I mean? I done boxed 100 people, and this man's out of pocket with his throws. You know what I mean? That shit definitely does happen. So anything is possible. And I'm gonna leave it there. Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gonna stick what?
Oh, man.
Listen, you coming in with these random ones like that's a crystal ball earlier.
I'm gonna rub it. I'm gonna shine it. Y'all wild.
Damien crazy.
Y'all are wild. Not me.
Warren G, what you got?
I think it might look similar to Cyril Gane versus Francis Ngannou without kicks and takedowns.
That's so slow and boring.
Because Cyril was piecing Francis up on the feet.
Exactly. So I think Tyson is probably going to piece him up.
Until he wasn't, though.
Because of takedowns. That's why I specified.
Until Francis Ngannou literally laid on top of him for 8.5 minutes, or I want to say 15 minutes. Yeah, but threw 8 strikes and landed 3 of them on the ground. He was literally just laying there. I can't respect
I was so mad at that, though.
It was terrible.
There was so many times you could just land some easy ground and pound, knocked him out right there.
He didn't even have no submission attempts. It was
I ain't never
disgusting.
seen that nigga wrestle, bro. That's a big
I
nigga.
think
I
Surreal
don't give a
God went on a
damn.
submission attempt over him.
He heavy as fuck.
He do.
He does. He has a knee bar
Yeah,
or
he went for
something,
the
I
heel
think.
hook.
Yeah,
He
heel
went for
hook.
the heel
Yeah.
hook in the fifth, and that's why they said that he lost because he went for that heel hook. And I'm just like, whether we seen him wrestle or not, I could care not, because when I'm looking at this fight, I'm judging this fight. I'm not judging you and all your other accolades and what I've seen you do before. I'm looking at you for what you're doing in there now. And he didn't do enough for me. Like, that fight was terrible.
I think I'm.
And that's his last fight he's had, huh?
Yeah, January of 20.
That's disgusting.
21.
That's
Of 21?
disgusting.
Yeah.
How you
was
not
it
gonna
20?
fight Sasuke
Wow.
and then
No,
fight the
22.
greatest in the world?
22.
Was it last
22,
year?
22.
Yeah.
22.
Hey, my boy
Okay.
in his bag though, and my boy in his pockets. I respect that shit. It's politics versus skill and legacy, honestly. Although he's testing himself, because if he does pull this off, nigga, that's the best legacy you could ever fucking wish for. I done went in and been the heavyweight champion of the world in the UFC, and then I went and boxed this nigga on a fucking whim and beat him. Bro, it don't get better than that. For 10 times the pay I was getting before. Bruh,
Hey,
it don't get
pay me or
any
pay me
better
no
than that.
attention, baby. Pay me or pay me no attention.
Hey, I gotta respect it and watch him just do some I mean, it's probably not gonna happen. I think I got a mental disability because I always be going for the underdog. I always be going for the underdog. I do. I always be going for the underdogs. But I recognize it. You know what I mean?
Yo,
And
I must have it too, because I be doing that shit too. But
I'm gonna be rocking with them. I want them to win so bad. I want Francis to win, just to be like, fuck you, Dana. You done fucked up. They didn't even put this nigga. Bro, I've been playing UFC 5 looking for Francis. Nigga, nowhere to be found. This nigga is gone. This nigga is nowhere to be found. Fedor's in there. Francis Ngannou ain't in there. Derek Lewis in there. 100% power. Francis Ngannou ain't nowhere to be seen.
I want to do Mike Tyson.
Damien is wild today
too, because I want to do Mike Tyson versus Francis Ngannou. I don't even care about getting.
Oh yeah, that ain't gonna happen. That's gonna happen in your dreams.
That is so petty.
That was a crazy ass dream I had. Wish I could do it for real.
Y'all are wild.
Yo, this nigga Jace don't be on the pod and Damien just go off the Richter, bro. It's crazy.
I'm telling you.
I gotta be the replacement.
It's the drink. I don't know what you're drinking. But
what you sipping on, my guy?
At Young Black Box. Shout out to Black Box. Y'all don't even sponsor me, but y'all should.
What is that?
Get your it's box wine. Get your charisma on 10.
Oh,
box
facts.
Wine.
That explains
box.
a lot.
No.
That
Yo, y'all
it's that
crazy.
young Merlot. That dark red wine.
You're
that's crazy.
Yeah, you know, if he's not on there, like, to me, I know like a lot of y'all like want to see Francis in the UFC, but personally, like I've always said, I'm happy that he's gone because it's a win-win situation. He's happy. He gets to go, you know, do whatever he wants to do at PFL. Mm-hmm. The UFC gets to continue to do what they're doing. And it is what it is. Like, I could care less. Francis is 36, 37 years old. He's going to go inside
dynamite.
There. Yeah, he's going to go inside there. Listen, I'm
with
just
that dynamite.
I'm just not that excited about him. But I'm happy for him, you know?
Or that cardio. But he got that dynamite, bro.
He might go full-on Jairzinho Rosenstrike on him.
Oof. I hope not. Don't do that. Don't do that, because Tyson Fury is I know he looked like Gumby. He be moving. He look weird, but that man is slick.
Hey, that man is slick though. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and he done already went through this with Deontay Wilder. So
big ass gut and everything. Crazy ass father. Yeah. Don't let me get into it. I didn't have my father.
What he say?
What?
I wish I had a father.
All right, y'all.
I'm playing.
I was about to say, we're going to save Damien from himself.
Like I always say, there's MMA podcasts, but there is none like us. I swear to God. So if you ain't watching, go tell your friend, go tell your mama, go tell your grandmama, and pass it on to your cousin and all of that, because you sleeping. We the best out, and I don't care what nobody else say.
We got Warren G on this podcast.
And Easy, motherfucking
Easy.
And shout out to Warren. Have you had any more? Because last time we didn't get opportunity to let you plug your channel, plug your page, and all that stuff.
Yeah, do that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So my YouTube channel is called Psych MMA, where I do interviews with different fighters. Actually, last week, 2 weeks ago, I did one with Cody Stamen. And then Sunday, it's actually, I just got this confirmed today. I'm doing one on Sunday with Jeremiah Wells.
Nice.
So,
hey, there's somebody on TikTok that loves Jeremiah Wells, right, CJ?
Yeah, shout out to Soda Pop. Shout out to Mystic Soda Pop.
He loves Jeremiah and he loves O'Day.
That's dope.
Shout out O'Day too.
How do you get that set up?
Yeah, I was about to ask you.
Him, like personally.
So my first one was Vicente Luque. Him, I
watched a little bit of that too.
Yeah. I got that one. I met him when I was in Vegas because I was there for the John Jones versus Rogan card, and I got the whole VIP experience and everything. So I talked to him for a while, and like periodically, what do you say?
I said you got money.
I was a birthday gift. But so after that,
somebody got money when they just left.
That's how. Yeah, nah, nigga. Haha, sound good.
Yeah, don't put me in the spotlight.
But I messaged him after that. I guess he reads his DMs, and I just kept like random stuff, just text or DM'd him every once in a while. And then once it came around the time where I got the idea for the YouTube channel, I asked him. He said, "Yeah." So that kind of worked out. And then Cody Stamen kind of the same way. Like he answers his DMs. I think I asked him like something before that as well, because I also met him in Vegas. So I really just been DMing. Like I can show you my list right now. I've DM'd so many fighters, but most of them haven't been working. So I've started commenting on their photos too, like my whole pitch about like, hi, yeah, this is my YouTube channel. I want to do an interview. I want to integrate psychology and MMA.
Works.
So it doesn't. I just like every time somebody posts something new, I put up my little pitch. I've been trying to get Tracy Cortez. Really been trying to get her.
You should be able to get her because she ain't. Anyway.
Yeah. What's going on? Yo, CJ, get your man. Damien is
because she ain't no Cody Stamen.
Hey, if we run the followers, she might got more people than Cody Stamen.
Yeah, but that's
big facts.
That's sex appeal. That's different than
sex appeal sells.
It sells. And she won her last fight. She won her last fight though, so we not gonna be.
But her DMs are probably like full to the fucking bulk, where she ain't even looking at that shit.
And that's why I'm trying to get in the comments. Because I think it was a few months ago, because that used to be like the UFC fighter celebrity crush, right? So I think I posted. I said I love you under it one, and she liked it.
You can't go out like that.
No,
you cannot go out like that.
Oh no, this was last year.
No, when you was 20, when you was 20, it was different.
Yeah, that was a different me.
I wasn't a man then. Like,
oh yeah, you never got.
Oh yeah, let me guess the age then. 1999.
2001.
Oh hell no! God damn.
We old.
And that's what I be saying. I be on TikTok arguing with niggas born in the 2000s. I gotta stop, bro. Hell no, fuck that shit.
That's dope.
It's too late. This is 2 whole podcasts now where you got me.
Hey, so once a motherfucker say two anything, stop talking to me, bro. Your shit gotta be in the 19s and on. You know what I'm saying? Don't say nothing.
You can't. It's too late. You can't take it back now. I've been on too long.
I was throwing up 09 as my graduation year. What y'all throwing up? 31.
Shit.
From high school or college?
High school.
2019.
God damn, that's crazy.
That is
at least you graduated before the pandemic.
That was yesterday.
Yeah, the year before.
That was yesterday. Oh
that was really yesterday. The thing is crazy because I timestamp everything around the pandemic, right? So
yeah, me too.
When everything be like, yo, when was it 2020? I'm like, yo, that's fairly in this little lane right here, bro. Like that's when time stopped and then restarted again. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole new era of niggas from 2020. I don't know where they came from. It's a whole new era.
I be talking to people and they be like 2017, so it was forever ago. And
I'm
like, no, that wasn't really that long ago, was it? And then I really think about it, I was like, damn,
yeah, because 2019 was a whole different world, nigga. Like 2020 is a whole different. It's a whole different dimension now, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, 2019 is probably the most eventful year of my entire life.
Real quick, y'all. I don't know if y'all caught this on the last podcast, but listen, we had to sacrifice a goat and Israel Adesanya so that Francis Ngannou could win. Francis, go ahead and go inside there and get it done. We sacrificed the GOAT. Hey, we did our part. The MMA guys, we've done our parts. It's time for us to be blessed with Francis Ngannou going inside there and handling Tyson Fury, because
we got to get us one.
MMA needs the W. We need a W. Like, we can't keep going out here getting played by these boxers like that.
We got to get us one.
Not only MMA, the Africans. Come on.
Listen, I have an African Kings t-shirt that I haven't been able to wear with pride in a long time.
Hey, you better wear it with pride.
You better wear that shit.
Okay, with pride.
Most still be wearing her Mexican shirts.
Champions. Let me rephrase. And the pride that all of them are still champions. How about that?
Okay.
Because I still wear it.
Yeah, because I'm like, the last couple of orders that I got was the 3 Mexican shirts. You still gotta rock them.
Hey, Mo still be rocking her shit like to this day. It's in our blood, baby.
I wore the Brandon Moreno shirt that y'all gave me yesterday. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, I made y'all one?
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I want to shout out to my boy Aka, who I met out at a Ralph's, which is fries from where y'all from, right? At a Ralph's, this is the same shit, Kroger store brand. He's from Cameroon, so he be rocking with all the African champs and shit, and he be watching MMA. He's a security guard that works at my Ralph's around the corner off of Crenshaw and Obama. I just want to give a shout out to him because we be talking about MMA, we be yapping it up. So I just want to give a quick shout out to him because I told him about the podcast and everything too, because he really be in MMA. And he was talking about, Kamaru Usman's going to lose. And I said, how could you say that? It's your own people, bro. Your own peeps.
It be your own people.
It be your own people.
With that being said, y'all, this has to be the end for this episode. We had other stuff, but we'll get into that next week. Come back. I'm pretty sure Jace will be back, and we'll go ahead and, we'll treat him the way he deserves to be treated. Until then, we're out. Peace.
Peace.
Hey.